is Israel Dejene. I live in Shiromeda, Addis Ababa, in a place called Kabale. It's a very, very tough neighborhood. There are lots of bars and the kids can get addicted or exposed to drugs. There is nothing that can inspire the children. When I first started skateboarding, I brought one skateboard from Sweden, and through time I get more from different friends. That helps me to expand my skate vision. Our skate park is called Love in Action, Megabiskate. We use skateboarding as a tool to empower them positively and get motivated to do whatever their talent is. I want the kids to see that it's possible to be somebody in their life. So I just want to be an example for them. We have built the first ramp in Ethiopian history. We want to do skate parks in different parts of Ethiopia. I've seen a lot of changes among the kids. Some kids who used to be involved in stealing and different bad behaviors, they have become more reliable and more responsible. The main goal is just to affect them positively, that they can be somebody and also they can help someone who is in need. I see lots of different talents among those kids, and the future, this kid can be somebody who is really important.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Today when I stand right here, it brings me back to the first time I made a public speech. I used to be very quiet, and I was from a very rough neighborhood, and I grew up in a really rough situation, having nothing. But when I was going to school, and then all the people were just giving me a different name. Oh, this guy doesn't know anything, because I was very quiet. And there was a point where the teacher, I was 4th grade, and the teacher told me that you have to speak in front of the students. And then I was very shy, and then I went to after the school there was a 2 minutes walk, and there is nobody, like people won't go there because it's a cemetery. So I had that in my mind, and I went there and I started talking about breathing life. And then I was acting by myself, standing there and talking, and I didn't know, because everybody is dead, it's a cemetery, of course. So I was just talking and doing things that I wanted to talk in front of the class, and I was very shy talking in front of people. Then I was talking a lot and acting, and finally, after I finished, some of my friends were hiding behind, and they just get up and they say wow, that was really cool. And then I was like, wow, they really accepted what I said, so I have something to do. And then I went to the school and I made a speech. And right now, who knew that little boy who were doing a speech there and making now here in Greece, making a TEDx talk and making with all these beautiful people, making a talk about what we have been doing. So to come back to what we've been doing back home, it's called Megabiskate, and it's using skateboarding for making an empowerment. And when I grew up, as I said, really rough, and didn't have anybody to tell me what to do, and didn't have anything. So as soon as I get out of my door, what I see is a liquor house and nothing that inspires me. So what I see is hooligans, young people who wants to do something, go and steal and rob. So you're just kind of affected with that. But as I grew up, I passed that, and then my mother always used to tell me about making a difference and how to make a change. It's really amazing, especially after I had a chance to go through all those hard life and became doing what I was doing with the music. And I returned back to my neighboring area. It's called Israel Dejene in Addis Ababa. It's really rough neighborhood. And every time I go back there, and the situations was getting really rough. So I really wanted to do something, but I didn't know how. I want to give back to my community. I didn't know how. But at the point, like every Friday, we used to have a meeting with my family in my parents' house. So while I was there, my mom was telling me about, she reads the Bible and she said, you know, she tells me about the Moses story. You know, during the Exodus, the Moses was taking his people from slavery and taking to the promised land, and they stuck between the Red Sea and the enemies coming behind to destroy them. And then he was stuck there, and the people were shouting to him, and he was shouting to God, and God told him, hey, use what you have. I've already given you the stick, the magic stick. And then he used that stick, and then they crossed over, and then they became it became the solution for the problem. And then I started thinking about that, and I didn't sleep that night. And I was just thinking about it, what does this mean? And then everything, I wanted to give back to my community, but I didn't know how. And at the end, I said like, oh, what do I have right now? Like instead of looking what I don't have money, I don't have that much money, but what do I have? And I started to look at within myself, and I have a skateboard. One skateboard, I brought it from Sweden, and I took that one outside and started hanging out with the youth, and then that became a solution like for the youth. The kids start to come together with us and start skateboarding and sharing my life, how I grew up, and then how the things were and how hardship were, and helping them to see what they have instead of what they are lacking of. And most of the time when we see things that we don't have, and that's the reason why we can't do anything. But when we open our eyes and see what we have and use that with love, and then it's going to bring a big impact on doing what we are doing. So we're working with the youth who are having, you know, hard life, and some of don't have a family. They take care of their sisters and brothers, and created a new environment for the youth to come and exchange. And we have a center, like after the skate session, we have a little stage, and then we call it a dream big stage. And we have that as a stage, and then on that stage, the kids stand on that stage and basically doing whatever they want to do and whatever they're good at. And they stand on that stage and perform, and that actually brings different talents, and they show whatever they have. It's very amazing how it's actually making a big impact. And then you see those kids who used to be, like a lot of people say, like they are useless, they don't know anything, they can't do anything, but only using skateboarding and opening an environment for them to sit and express themselves, and then that's creating a lot of empowerment within themselves and then also within the community. So we have both boys and girls who are doing in the skateboard community in the Megabiskate, and we all are using skateboarding, and then after the skate session we do different kind of talent shows, and we do tutorial classes for the students while they are sitting there, and the university students are coming and to give them a way of giving back, helping them with their education. So we have girls and boys. You know, girls used to be very shy because like action sport like this they can do. Usually they have to stay at home to do or to help the family or things like that, so they don't get an exposure. But we're using this skateboarding for making an impact, and then using the skateboard and making them to see within themselves. And sometimes we don't know, when we don't see ourselves, when we don't see within us, it's really hard to see how we're going to proceed. And then usually we just see around, and then we see other people, and that's going to make a big problem for us. So I'm going to go forward a little bit. We have different things. The kids doing their own, whatever they feel like. It's called a dream big stage, and then they actually express whatever they feel like. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the dream big stage. It's actually, we skate in the morning, and then after we finish the skateboard, we hang out. It's a dirt, little area, and then we sit down, and then on the stage, the kid is going to come and stand there and then talk about what he wants to become. And then it's not being like, oh, I want to be like this, and then if he don't take the action today, he can't be there tomorrow. So we have this big slogan. It's say like, your future is not tomorrow, it's actually today. So every little things that we do today, it's going to bring us whatever we want to become. It's actually, our future is not tomorrow. Our future is trapped within ourselves. And every move that we take, every little things that we do, it's a release form of our future. So like our future we see like it's today. So standing on the stage and then talking about and living their future dreams today, and then the building of our future starts from today, and then it gets us tomorrow. So this movement have actually, it's been going everywhere, and in different parts of Ethiopia, even though we have one center in Addis, and we go in different parts of Ethiopia and then express this, and then just share our motto, and share these things for the next generations to start to see within themselves and express that. And also, our main goal is also to bridge up between, sometimes people grow up through this hardship and they have their own amazing stories, and when they make it in life and they only hang out on with those crew, and then there is no way to come back and give back to the community. So we are making a stage where the people can come and share their stories, so that they can inspire the next generation, so that they can inspire, like at least one person will be inspired from my story, or from each one of us story. So as we all have different gifts and talents, we are creating a stage where we just give back to each other and into different communities in different ways. So these are the number of the kids that we have started when we perform, and like after this, the Dream Big stage, and also the skate session. So it's a positive movement. It's really positive and very fun to play, and really awesome. Like it's very amazing how each and everybody started to have like their own ideas, and then like when you give them a freedom and a platform where they can actually express and talk about whatever their gift, whatever they have. So when we let them think and see within themselves, and then find that things they enjoy doing it, and then give them a platform and give them an audience to see, and then you will see a lot of different talents and amazing gifts that's coming out of those kids. And then we have an amazing actress, and then poet, and dance performance singers, and then electricians. And we have one is called president. He always stands there on the stage and he is talking about different issues. And he is actually getting so bold and really proud on what he's doing. So it's an amazing movement that is started with one skateboard. And then when you do whatever you do with love, it's creating a movement. And then you just got to continuously do what you do, because you'll at the end you will have like a lot of through the time you'll have a lot of challenge. You know, people when we start they didn't like that we started the skateboarding, because I was skateboarding with the kids like who are like, you know, troublemakers in the neighborhood, and everybody was saying that, oh, they're making a group of, you know, troublemakers and they're gonna make something terrible in the community. You know, at the beginning they were saying that. Even the police were saying like, oh, you're destroying the road. What are you doing? And then they've been like doing at the beginning, protecting, making us stop like from doing what we're doing. But at the end they saw the change and the different things that we do in after the skate session. We have this thing called Making Somebody Happy Day. It's we go around the neighborhood we go around the neighborhood and talk about and help every little things. And to make somebody happy, you don't have to have like a lot of money, or you don't have to have a lot of skills, or like have a degree or something. It's actually only takes free willing and things that you do with love, and go in around the neighborhood and help a little bit and do something positive, and it actually transmits from one another, every little things that we do. So we do that, we go around, and it inspires the kids, it empowers the kids, and also it also empowers the community. And right now the community is our main supporter, and the police are like our main guard, and they're helping us and to be able to do whatever we want to do in the community. So this is at the beginning when we started. The kids were doing their own things, the arts, and this is the community work that we're doing, going in around the community and helping out and cleaning the area, planting trees, and giving a water, pouring a water for them, and doing different things. So after this, all small movement started to become really locally and also internationally become recognized, and it's getting a big impact, and it's having like a lot of people was very happy and being involved in what we do. And like Tony Hawk is our main supporter. He's coming and sharing his love, and he sends us small videos every time, straight directly only for the kids, and encouraging them, empowering them. And Naija, he's also the skateboarder and at the Street League. He's also very connected. We're working with him, bringing water to the community at the same time, bringing skate parks for the community. And in that way, we're gonna do a positive movement using skateboards. Flea from Red Hot Chili Pepper and Sam Spiegel from Squeaky Clean, they're our big supporter, and then we do music together and then inspire the kids. So from the Jackass as well, they're our really good friends and then helpers. Yeti Beats, doing music together. And then from Gogol Bordello, he's Tommy T, he's from Ethiopia, and he come and share his story to inspire the coming generation. And Galila Bakala, she's also our main supporter and very like taking part in this movement to go and to inspire more people around the world. So every little things that we do, everything that we do, it's gonna make us reach whatever we want to be. So we don't need to be afraid of taking the little steps that we take, the little things that we do, and then that's gonna make us to whatever we want to become. So our future is not tomorrow, our future is trapped within us. And then every action that we do today, it's a release form of our tomorrow. So we focus on today's and do everything that we have to do today. So that's all we have to say. Thank you very much.
it was really hard to find food. There was a place to get bread, but it was far from my house, and I had to wake up at 3 in the morning to go get it. I would wake my dad up in the middle of the night to get money and walk to buy bread. After that, my dad gave me the nickname Megabiskate.
The fact that he had already had something going, really without support from anyone except himself and his belief and the kids that are into it. And he told me his whole project, showed me some photos, and I was blown away.
When you're on your skateboard, you're free. You know, that's how I describe skateboarding as freedom.
So thankful for you. I'm so thankful for what you're doing. You're put in a place to be able to speak to these kids that have no one really.
Everything he's doing, I'm extremely proud. Only in my dreams would I have imagined it to unfold the way that Israel's created his world.